And then when we're down, it's hard to stay positive because we're all kind of depressed. But that's about it.
Okay, good. Those are, I love your straightforward, like, honesty. Like, straight to the point here. I love it.
All right, we're good.
Okay, who else?
So I was the same as Hannah. I got into a hitting slump over the summer, and that sucked because I like to hit. I like to make everyone angry when I get a hit.
Yes. Good. What else? Anyone else want to share?
I don't know. I think for me, it's just controlling like anxiety, and like generally when I slump, I like completely feel out of control. So when I slump really hard. Like I'm sure you all remember the 2 weeks last year where I like,
Same.
I think the last week I didn't get an earned base at all, and I had done really well all summer, and so to like slump like that, like right at the end at nationals when I felt like people needed me most, really sucked. And
Yeah.
I just feel like being in control is what I really.
Okay. Good. Okay. Awesome. Anyone else want to share?
Usually when I mess up, I just mess up like a lot, and then I can't do good at all.
Okay. Good. Okay. So what I'm hearing a lot is when you mess up, you can't pull yourself out of it, or when you're in that slump, usually it's like the worst timing ever, right? all this time and effort put in, and then you're in a slump and you're like, what the heck? Why? And like that probably makes you really upset and frustrated. So we have a lot of similar things, right? And oops, sorry. Whoa, going too fast. Okay, so now that we've identified like what are the struggles, what are the frustrations, I want you to write down one word to describe how you want to feel on the field.
Oh.
One word.
Oh, hyphenate.
All right, you got your one word?
Brain.
You did. I finished.
It's okay.
All right, you guys all have your one word?
Good job.
Okay, so, okay, crap, I already forgot your name. Who was on my far left, like really long, light hair?
Me?
Yes.
Ella.
Okay, Ella, we're gonna go around the line, and I want you guys all to share your one word.
Okay. Oh, okay. My word was control.
Control.
Yes. I put down confident.
Confident.
I also put down confident.
Oh, yeah.
Confident.
I said brave.
Brave.
I said happy.
Happy.
Strong.
Strong.
I said confident.
Confident.
I said killer.
Killer.
Confident.
Confident.
Energetic.
Energetic. Perfect. Okay. All great words. Killer. I haven't had that one yet, but I'm liking it. I like killer. That's awesome. Okay. So, this is the first time I haven't put this in PowerPoint. I used something different. So bear with me on my PowerPoint thingy. Okay, so this is exactly what, first of all, I wanted 100%. I wanted to feel confident. I wanted to believe in myself. I wanted to feel powerful. I wanted to feel control. I got you, Ella. Like, I want control. Like, to this day, I want control over everything. But I hate to break it to you, you're not gonna have control over everything, but I'm gonna give you some stuff to help you feel more in control, so don't worry. I wanted to feel all these things, and this is the same thing that girl that I work with, Adriana, this is what she told me that she wanted. She said she wanted to feel confident, Boom, got it, right? I think that we all want to feel confident. It seems like a running theme for most girls. And she said she wanted to succeed and get to the next level. So how many of you guys want to play college or make the varsity team on high school, whatever it is, right? Whatever that next level is. Yeah. Most girls playing at your guys' level, like elite club teams, want to play at the next level. And if you don't, it's okay. This is your journey, your life. So that's just a side note. But most of us want to play at the next level and keep climbing that ladder. She said she wanted to be a leader on her team. And then she also wanted to believe in herself 100%, right? Those are all things that we want so bad. And softball can make that a little difficult because it is a game of failure and we got to figure out how to do that. How many of you guys have heard a coach or your parents tell you, like, Hannah, like, go out there and just believe in yourself? Or Ella, just like get out, step onto the mound and be confident, right? Have you guys ever heard those things before? Yeah. I'm like, yes, I heard that so many times. I'm like, yeah, thank you, Mom. I love that. Or like, thanks, Coach. I would love to feel confident out there, but how do I feel confident out there? How do I believe in myself, especially if I just struck out the last at bat? And I'm like not feeling very confident. Like I truly don't feel that confident going out there. I'm a little nervous. Or I'm a little doubtful. So we all want to feel confident. So how do we get there, right? That's the missing piece. We have to figure out how to go from those struggles and those frustrating things to feeling confident, to feeling powered, feeling killer, to feel, what was the last one? Energetic? Was that one of them? Okay. Feeling energetic, even maybe like motivated, right? So how do we get from point A to point B? And the missing link is this. All right, you guys ready for this? This is like the golden nugget right here. Our thoughts are our reality. Okay, so what we say and what we think is what we believe. And it sounds so simple, right? You're like, oh, that's easy. But put yourself on the field. You just struck out for the third time in a row, and your thoughts are probably tanking, right? It's super, super hard to tell yourself the right things in that moment. Think about it like this. Do you guys remember when you like learned a new skill or maybe it was like your backhand, like for infield when you were like a little younger? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're learning the backhand, and at first it's like super hard, but you keep practicing, and at first, like when the ball is hit to your side, you just want to like scoot over, right? Instead of flip your glove over, because that seems like it'll work a lot better at the time. But when you keep practicing and working on it, now when you're hit, the ball is hit to your side, you just are like, boom, like backhand, right? Just happens. Because you practice it so much. Same thing with our thoughts and what we say to ourselves and what we think. When we practice these things, then you're going to be able to change your thoughts, okay? So let's talk about what thoughts you're having first. I want you to just write down what thoughts are you having when you strike out or when you make an error or when you let your team down or mess up, or maybe you got a bad grade on a test. So go ahead and take a second to write those things down.
That's going through my head.
I'm not gonna say. Unless you heard me running out in the outfield. Yeah. No, you can't. Oh, yeah, now you can say it. You can't do it.
No.
What does she want to say? You're gonna say it?
No.
It's just me.
I'm just like sad. Like I get really sad.
I'm just like the idiot. It's just like
you would.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, who does this chick think she is? What is this? Who is this chick?
Can you not?
I know.
You may be.
Yeah, that's just
Like, go play elbow.
But your elbow.
that's
Yeah.
my mind.
What do you have 2 words?
Hola.
Hi.
Hold on down here.
I
I'm
can just
good.
say, how are you?
All good?
Yeah.
All good. All right. So, do you guys have those thoughts written down?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, who wants to share those things going on in your head? All right, go ahead.
I'll go.
I say I suck in my head, and then
Okay. So you're like, well, I suck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Yeah, go ahead. In the pink. Is that pink?
It's like, yeah, like pink. I
Okay.
say, I say Cheez-Its crackers. That's
Only Sammy would.
Is that a cuss word? What else? What else is going on in your guys' head? What are you thinking? What are you saying to yourself? Yeah.
I kind of ask myself, how am I gonna play the next level if I can't even play?
Yeah, like how am I ever gonna make it in college or the next level when I can't even do it right now, right? Who else? What else?
Oh, I say, like, to myself, are you dumb? Like, can I not do that?
Yeah, definitely. You guys, I probably said all of these things. Maybe not the Cheez-Its crackers thing, but same concept. Like I feel the same way. Like I was so hard on myself, and a lot of times it was a lot of like self-doubt and like fear and worry that I wasn't going to be good enough or I wasn't going to accomplish my goals or my dreams because I struck out one time or I struck out a handful of times. Like I felt like that was going to keep me from doing what I wanted to do and being who I wanted to be. And so who kind of feels like that a little bit? Yeah. All right. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys you're going to grab a partner. Okay. And partner 1 is going to tell partner 2 their situation. Okay. So whatever it is that it could be something recent, like something that you struggled with, like maybe you struck out, or maybe you, I don't know, didn't make the lineup, or you're not making the lineup, whatever it is you're struggling with. And then I want you to tell them, this is what I'm thinking to myself. This is how I feel about it. This is what I'm saying to myself. Okay. So we're taking what we wrote down and we're telling our partner. And then your partner is going to be an awesome, amazing, wonderful teammate and friend, and they're going to encourage you and tell you what you need. What do you need to do to get past that? Right? How do you overcome that? What do you need? What do they need to tell themselves, or what are you going to tell them to help them move past that? You're going to kind of coach them up. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Hype you up.
Cool. And then once you guys are done with, like, once partner 1 is done sharing and then getting coached, I want you guys to switch and do the same thing for your partner. Okay? All right. You can stand, you can sit, you can go wherever. So go ahead and do that now.
Okay, so
don't take away from her.
We're down here.
We're having discussion.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so like,
I can't feel one thing, but then I was like, this Period. Even throws strike out 9 out of 10 times. Period. Period. That better have hyped you up so much, especially because I added period.
It's not your fault. You're being so foolish. It's not. And you still show up. You still feel your worth. Oh, me too. Girl, I'm wearing I'll be graduating. I'm wearing
Hey, since I'm going upstairs to get that, anybody need a drink?
Yeah.
Sprite, water.
Water.
I'm just gonna bring a whole bunch.
Thank you.
Okay, and I totally relate.
It's like
You just gotta
I
have a volunteer let me know when you guys are ready.
what are you trying to say?
Oh, just will one of you guys let me know when you guys are all ready, when you guys have gone through both parts? Perfect.
We're done. Okay, we good. Like,
Okay, we're good? I was like, I can't really tell if we're still talking about it or if we're talking about turkey tonight.
Yeah, we're done.
okay, everyone's done.
Okay, perfect. Okay, who wants to share like what you're good as partners, what you guys talk about and what did your partner coach you up on?
My partner said, because I just said that my thing was like the most current thing is sometimes when I go to like camps and stuff and I'm lined up with like all the other pitchers and I have to throw, it's hard because I compare myself to them immediately instead of worrying about like, I don't know, just throwing. And Ella just told me that I just gotta focus on me and worry about like bettering myself.
Ooh, good. I like that. Are we clapping? Yes, let's clap. That was good. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yes, I love it. Okay, who else wants to share? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my partner said, because she hasn't played in a while, she gets really upset when she strikes out. So I just told her that it might be frustrating, but it's okay because most players strike out 9 out of 10 times and you're not the only one doing it.
Good. I love it.
Period.
Anyone else want to share? These are good. Let's do one more. One more.
Kelly, thanks for volunteering.
My partner said that she gets like upset when she messes up at second.
Uh-huh.
You know, we would be weaker as a team if we didn't have you, and you, especially when she lays out, it makes us so much stronger, and I really trust her at second.
Ooh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly, for volunteering. Awesome. Okay, so you guys all heard what your teammates told you, right? It was probably something encouraging. It was probably something kind. It was probably something empowering, right? All of these things. Okay, this is the how, you guys. What your teammates and your friends are telling you, that's what you have to start telling yourself, right? Sometimes we are so hard on ourselves that we forget to love ourselves. It sounds kind of silly, but we forget to tell ourselves, yeah, you are amazing, and yes, you can do it, and yes, you are valuable to the team, or you can say like, I am valuable to this team. I do make the team stronger. Like all of these things that I'm hearing that your teammate told you, like we have to start telling ourselves these things. We have to be kind to ourselves, because remember, what you say and what you think is what you believe, right? And when we're telling ourselves, so you guys all have that negative self-talk, or the crackers thing. We were like frustrated. You're telling yourself bad things, negative things. You're really hard on yourself. You're putting yourself down. But that's going to happen, right? Because we're human, all right? And when we mess up, that's what happens in our head. But it's being aware and having that self-awareness, and then being like, okay, that happened. Now, what do I actually believe? Or like, what do I believe, and what do I want to believe? Because you guys, you're probably not going to believe the things that you say when it's easy, when it's hard. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. So like when we practice telling ourselves, I am confident, like I am valuable to the team, I am a leader on this team. When we practice telling ourselves that, like right now, like tonight, it's easy, right? But when we get into a game and we fail and we're pushed against the wall, then it's hard to tell ourselves that. But I want you guys to work on telling yourselves that in the hard moments, because when you continue to do that, we're creating a new habit, we're creating change in our thoughts, and eventually it's going to get easier and you're actually going to believe it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so wait, before I do that, but I just like my thoughts and like what I was thinking changed drastically my senior year, and that's what helped me double my batting average. That's what helped me stay out of the slumps, or if I was, get out of them a little bit faster. And it's all about getting past that challenge or that failure as fast as you can, and being present rather than living in the past. Okay, so oh shoot, I just lost my train of thought. I was going to tell you something amazing. There was something else I wanted to share, but it'll come back to me. But when you can start focusing on the present and letting those other things go and telling yourself things that you want to believe, that's what's going to bring you forward. For the control, like we all kind of want that control, kind of like Ella, right? We all want to feel control. And when we start practicing telling ourselves those positive things, and loving ourselves and having that positive self-talk, that's going to help build control for you. And when I said, but you're not going to have control over everything, you guys, we can't control the results. Like, right? We can't, even if you were to get the most amazing line drive hit, someone could still catch it. You could hit it right to someone, and you don't have control over that, right? So what we have to focus on controlling is our thoughts, what we're thinking, what we're saying to ourselves, our effort, right? How hard we're going, right? And that was my mindset in my senior year that helped me. Is I was to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give it my all. I'm going to go out there, give my 100%. I'm going to tell myself good things, and whatever happens, happens. And then that turned into the best year ever. Okay. So that's one tool. Okay. So you have your self-talk, and I want you to start practicing telling yourselves things that you want to believe. Okay. Because remember, what we think and what we say is what we believe. And if we're telling ourselves good, positive, constructive things, then that's what we're going to believe, rather than the things that we wrote down earlier. Okay. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we just got real serious and passionate just now. All right. The second tool is visualization. Okay. And visualization is something else that I used my senior year that I learned. And that visualization is just, it's just seeing yourself succeeding at something that you want to do, or that you want to accomplish, or a goal, right? Or a dream. Like if you have different dreams, like seeing it happen, seeing yourself successfully doing those things. And what was that? The parents getting crazy up there?
All things Coach B. Yay, thank you.
What a throw.
All right, so
Sprites, go on Sprites.
Don't throw it at me.
Please don't.
Water or Sprite?
Water, please. Thanks, Coach B. If you threw it at me, I would have slapped it onto the floor.
That would have been funny.
all right, okay, so visualization. So is like so powerful because as you guys know already, what we say and what we think is what we believe, and that's coming from our mind, and our mind is super powerful. When you visualize yourself succeeding, your brain is tricking your body into thinking that you actually did it physically. So if you see yourself hitting a home run, or if you see yourself striking somebody out, your brain is tricking you into thinking, oh, I like that just happened. Okay, that like there's studies done on this, and that's what it says it does for athletes, or for anyone, for people, regular people. So visualization is super powerful, and it's really cool because you can do it anywhere. You can do it in the car ride over, you can do it at home, you can do it in your room, you can do it in the dugout, you can do it at practice, and it can be short, like little snippets, or it can be longer and more in depth. So we're going to actually practice some visualization right here today. So I want you to get kind of comfy where you're at, or like put your drink down so you don't spill it. And I want you to just like get seated somewhere that feels good. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to just take a big, deep breath. Inhale through your nose.
We're all stupid. I'm sorry, we're all really dumb.
In through your nose, and then out through your mouth. Let it all out. I want you to do that again. So big inhale, fill your belly and chest up with air. And then let it all out again. And you should start to feel like your shoulders starting to relax a little bit. I want you to take another big deep breath. So big inhale. And then let it out again. And kind of like feel your body kind of sinking more and more into the ground or on your seat. And I want you to just continue taking some big, deep breaths. And I want you to think about letting go of any tension, letting go of any thoughts or any worries that you have, and just think about being super present and being focused in the moment right now. Try not to worry about what everyone else is doing or thinking, and just focus on you, focus on your breath. Good. And the way that you're feeling right now is how we should feel before we go up to hit, or before we take the field, or before we pitch as pitchers. It's like this nice, calm, relaxed, focused, present feeling. And I want you to see your most confident, amazing, powerful, strong version of yourself in the on deck circle. How are you standing? How are you acting? What kind of expressions do you have on your face? What does that confident version of you look like? And now I want you to see yourself walking up to the box with confidence, with power. And I want you to see yourself going through your routine. And I want you to see yourself planted in the box. So you're planted, you're ready to go, you're ready to hit. And I want you to see the pitcher in the circle in front of you. And for this next part, I just want you to visualize this in slow motion. So I want you to see that pitcher starting going through her windup, going around in a circle. And I want you to see her releasing the pitch. And I want you to see that ball coming towards you. And you can pick if it's inside, outside, change up, whatever that pitch is. I want you to see you starting your swing and getting to that perfect contact position. And I want you to see yourself making that beautiful, perfect connection off the sweet spot of your barrel. A lot of times that just feels easy. When it comes off the sweet spot, it feels effortless, simple. And I want you to see that ball coming off of your bat and starting to go over the pitcher's head, over the center fielder's head, and going over the fence. I want you to see yourself starting to round the bases after you've hit that home run. And I want you to think about, what does that success feel like? What does it feel like to get a home run? What is it? How are you excited? Are you happy? Are you proud? What does that feel like? I want you to soak up that feeling for another second. All right, go ahead and blink your eyes open. Okay. Can someone share with me like what they're feeling right now, like right after seeing themselves hit the home run?
Feel relaxed.
Relaxed, yeah. What else?
Speechless.
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 Oh, wait, what was it?
Speechless.
Good. What else? How are you feeling? Anyone else? Good. Just feeling good. So a lot of times when I take my girls through this, I'm like, man, like I'm excited. Like I could go out on a field right now and hit a home run, right? Like I'm feeling pretty, like I'm feeling good. I'm feeling calm. And guys, I haven't practiced in 5 years. So me hitting a home run and seeing myself doing it, I'm like, okay, that seems pretty good. I can still see my swing. So I just want you to think about how, like, first of all, if you were to do this right before you go up to hit, so if you do this like in the double hole, like, do you think that you're going to go out and feel more confident in your at bat than if you didn't do it?
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to like calming yourself down. You're seeing yourself succeed, especially if you are in a slump and you have gotten out the last 4 or 5 times. All you can think about is all that crap, right? And instead, I want you to use visualization, visualize yourself getting a hit, and then that is going to be the last thing on your mind before you go out there and hit again. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So there's a few ways that you guys can use visualization and help each other as a team. First of all, I would love to see you guys do this in the double hole every time. Just do a little visualization before you go out to bat. The other thing is, ask your coaches if you can add a visualization station, okay? Rhymes, it's kind of fun. But it's like, if you have, you guys probably do like T work, or, you're have like a little circuit of drills, go around and move drills. And just, maybe if you're in, partners of 3 and you're hitting off the tee, one of you guys is not doing anything. So get a bucket, sit down, and call that visualization station, okay? And just work on some visualizing there, okay? I'm gonna challenge you guys to try and visualize at least once a day and start practicing visualizing, because what that visualization does is it teaches you, or it gets you to practice breathing, and it gets you to practice believing in yourself, like it's kind of like that positive self-talk, breathing, and visualization. It's all wrapped up together in visualization. So when you're visualizing, you're putting good things into your brain, you're thinking good thoughts, you're saying good things to yourself in that visualization. So you're doing all of the things, all the mental game work right then and there. the last thing that I just brought up is breathe. So when you're in a pickle, well, not an actual pickle, like a softball pickle, but when you're in a pickle and you're like frustrated and you just like, you can't get yourself to tell yourself anything positive or tell yourself anything that you need to believe in, then just take a deep breath. Breathing is such a simple, easy tool to use, and we forget about it a lot, but before you pitch that next pitch, or if you're in a pressure situation, just like take a deep breath. Let your shoulders like go away from your ears and like let go of the tension and just take a deep breath. When you're in that that situation I was talking about earlier, where there's bases are loaded, and now you're the one that has to get the hit, take a deep breath. Okay, it's a really easy tool to use to help yourself relax, feel in control, right? Visualization is going to help you feel in control and build. All of these things are going to help you guys build confidence. Okay, so take action. We talked a little bit about how you guys can take action with the visualizing, right? So what are some things that as a team we can do to take action visualizing?
Visualization station.
Woo! Yes. What else?
Maybe like a warm up before the game.
Yes, love it. Perfect. What about? Oh wait, did someone say something?
Breathing station.
Breathing station. Yes. Well, that could be part of your visualization because you can breathe in your visualization. What about your self-talk practice? How are you guys going? Because we can talk about this for hours and hours, and I can teach you, and we can discuss things, but it's all about taking action after we leave the room, right? So how are you guys going to implement self-talk practice as a team? What are some ways that we can do that?
Like remind your teammates when they're at bat, like breathe, you got this. Just take a breath, you're good. Yeah.
Perfect. Like, hey, Ella, remember to tell yourself you are in control, right? Helping each other out. Perfect. Another thing that you guys can start to do, I don't know if any of you guys journal, but something you can do is start writing down your self-talk. Because just like, when we're studying for a test, who's made flashcards before?
Wait, what'd you say?
Who's made flashcards before? When you make flashcards, the best part about making flashcards, or the most productive part about making flashcards, the way you learn the most, is because you're writing them all out, right? When you write things, you remember them. So when we write down our self-talk, when you write down, I am a valuable teammate, I am a leader on my team, I am a powerful home run hitter, or base hit, or whatever you want to be, whatever you want to believe, you write it down, and that is going to take you one step further into believing those things. Okay. Well, we just did that pretty much, game plan. All right, how you guys feeling?
Yeah, great.
Good? Okay, I'm gonna leave it open for questions for a few minutes. If you guys have any questions, it can be about the mental game, it can be about college, it can be whatever you want. I'm an open book.
When you first started playing in college, were you starting all the time, or no, because you were a freshman?
So when I got to college, first of all, I had a very late recruiting experience, which is just like another reason to just like continuing to take action and not worrying about the results, right? If you're taking action, the right thing will come into place. Okay, so I'm talking about like schools wise. But I definitely was not promised any playing time. I had no idea if I was going to play or not. And actually, there was other catchers there were two other catchers on the team that were older than me. And I just worked my tail off, worked my butt off, and I earned the starting position as a catcher my freshman year, which was pretty cool. Thank you. But that was really cool. It was the hitting thing that was, I would go up to bat. I would be at the bottom of the lineup, and if I didn't get a hit my first at bat, they were yanking me, and that was not the right mindset either. Of if I got to get a hit, or if I don't, then I'm going to get pulled. Instead of, I should have been shifting my thoughts to, you know what, I'm going to give it my all. I've worked hard. I'm a great hitter, right? It doesn't matter where I am in the lineup. And that probably would have helped me get a hit rather than, oh crap, if I don't get a hit, then I'm going to get pulled out. Did I answer your question? I'm like, did I even answer your question? Okay. What other questions you girls have?
Did you have to work hard in school to go to Northwestern, or was it more of your athletics?
I would say it was an equal balance. Like, yes, I definitely worked hard. I think I only got like 1 B in high school. So I worked pretty hard in high school. I took a lot of honors classes. And then towards the end, I made my schedule a little too easy my senior year. And when I got recruited to Northwestern, they were like, you're going to have to add a few things here. So I had to work even harder my senior year. And I had to add like a few online classes in order to get myself in there. But yeah, school is important, guys. Whether or not you like the subjects you're learning, just continue to work hard. It'll pay off.
When did you start your recruiting? When did you get recruited?
I remember always wanting to go play at the U of A because I lived here and that's where my grandfather went. And so I was starting to think about that pretty early. I had goals and dreams of playing at Arizona when I was 10, but when I really started getting into the recruiting process was probably my freshman, sophomore year. I believe, and I should ask my parents this too, I believe that I was starting to send out emails to coaches and just sending out my schedule. I'm not even sure if they're allowed to go look at you. I think they can go watch you, but they can't talk to you until your junior year, right? Yeah. So I was sending out emails. I was sending out asking questions kind of thing through emails. And I would say definitely start sending out emails and just make a top list of schools that you are super interested in and start sending them emails and being that squeaky wheel, right? Because the more that you're in front of them, the more that they're going to remember you to get them to come out and watch you. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What else?
How would you advise going about pursuing a school where there's been recent coaching changes?
Recent coaching change. I would say that being able to meet the coaches and maybe even being on a tour or going on a tour or a camp is great because you can kind of get a feel for what the culture is like. And you guys are all, aware of what a team culture feels like. And maybe you've been on teams that I don't know how I feel about that. But you guys probably all have a good compass, right? So go and see firsthand what the culture is like for those teams, for the coaches. And if you can, ask for current players that are with the coaching staff or may have been coached by that coaching staff, ask them questions. One of the biggest piece of advice that I would give to you girls is ask questions. Always ask questions and find out more information because then if you're asking the people that are right there in the thick of it, right? You're asking for help. You're asking for their experience and what it's like. And hopefully they're going to give you a pretty honest answer. Does that help?
Yes. Thank you.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no dumb questions, okay?
All right, it's no dumb questions then. So If I have one bad semester of grades, does that mean that I can't go to like a really good school? I'm not saying for softball because like just in general, if I wanted to go to say I wanted to go to an Ivy League school, if I have one bad semester of grades, which bad means I'm in all honors, and right now I have like B's and 2 C's, but like it's rated higher because it's honors. And if like it's just one bad semester, does that mean I can't go?
You know, I wouldn't say that you can't. I don't think that takes it off the table at all. There's probably some solutions or some ways to like raise those grades. Like maybe like you have to do summer school or something to retake a class somehow. I don't have like a very like what's the word I'm looking for? I don't have an exact answer for that because, you know, all schools are going to look at different things, right? They're going to look, you know, at your grade point average. They're going to look at your testing scores. They're going to look at, it's like a collaboration of different things. So like your grades is just one part of it. So I definitely don't think that that's going to be like a no, like you can't do it. Because everything is figure outable. Okay. So if you want to get into a school, like you're going to figure out a way to get there. And whether that's putting in extra work or doing something different, or, you know, I think another good place to ask is, first of all, reach out to someone from that school that you're interested in, right? There's probably some sort of resource online where you can ask your school counselor. Like, if you guys aren't using your school counselor, make them work. Ask them questions. Get them to help you. That's what they're there for. But I think that figuring out like what you need to have in order to go to that school is your first step. Like, what are the qualifications? What are the standards, I guess? Okay.
What kind of scholarships did you get? Like, I don't know if you got scholarships for softball, but like I'm sure you looked into other scholarships. So like how would you like approach looking for scholarships for college?
For athletics?
Just any scholarships.
Okay. So, okay, this is going to be good so I had only an athletic scholarship. Okay. And I didn't have completely full all 4 years. I had like different percentages. So I have some school debt, and someone was telling me that I had a girl that works with girls on recruiting, and she was one of my guest speakers in my program. And she told us, one of the girls had asked, should I get a part-time job in order to make some money while playing like club softball and stuff, which that feels like a lot for most people to have a job, to do club softball, to do school, all the things, right? You have a job? Okay, so, but this is the advice she gave, and I thought it was so good. And she said, you could definitely get a job, and there's plenty of girls and athletes that have jobs while doing all the things. But think about this, like, what if you spent that time, or if you have a job and you're awesome and you spent extra time, like, what's your name in the front? Emily. You can spend time and work hard on applying for different scholarships that you could get, or grants. Like usually it's like writing essays, right? And spend some time there, and you could earn like thousands and thousands of dollars towards your education doing that, rather than like most jobs that you guys are going to get at your age are probably like minimum wage. And so you could earn a lot more money with your time applying for scholarships. And yeah, I mean, you can't use that money that you get for those for like going shopping, but at least it's going to your education, and you won't have school debt later, because that is something I wish that I would have done. And I will send, I'm going to do it right now so I don't forget. I will send the website that she guided my girls to go look at different scholarships.
Oh, that'd be really helpful.
That you can apply for.
Thank you.
Kind of like a Google for scholarships.
That'd be good. Thank you.
Okay, here's this link for the girls. Sorry, texting right now. I don't want to forget because it's really good. I thought that was really, really powerful advice. So I wanted to share that with you girls. Anything else? Yeah.
What would you like to do after you graduate?
I love it. I graduated in 2014, so I am a real adult now. I have real responsibilities. I did not know what I wanted to do after I graduated. I knew I wanted to be in sports, and I was thinking about events, and I had some internships with the Chicago Marathon, and did a few things here and there with some event stuff. I worked in the Northwestern Athletic Department for a little bit with community relations. I really loved the the nonprofit stuff as well. So I tried out a few different things, and then my temporary position ended, and I was like, well, I guess I don't have a job, so I guess I'm going to move home. So I moved back home to Phoenix about half a year after I graduated, which led me to real estate, which was really good. I learned a ton, but what I really was passionate about was figuring out how to help you girls like I am today. And I created the Mental Game Mentorship, which is what that's my business. And I coach and mentor girls on the mental side of the game, like I am right now. And I do that full time now. So this is my job. I do this. I work with teams. I work with individual girls, one-on-one and in group sessions. And I'm putting together some really cool mind and body camps. I'm going to start here locally, and then we'll see where it goes. But that's what I made my job. I created it. So I'm technically I'm an entrepreneur. That's the career choice that I'm going with. It's like I'm going for it. That was a good question though. Anything else? Okay. All right. So last thing that I wanted to share is I'm on Instagram. Is anyone on Instagram here?
Yeah.
Okay. I would love to be friends on Instagram. This is where you can find me. I'm the only Paige Tons in the world, so it makes it super easy. But I am sharing lots of videos and information, and you can totally send me messages on Instagram. I do a lot of fun stuff. This month I did a thankful challenge where we're sharing what we're thankful for, and I made it a competition because what's athletes without competition? They don't do it, right? So it's all about competing, and so whoever has the most thankfuls this month is getting a prize or a little gift. So I do some fun stuff on there, and I'm just talking about the mental game constantly and trying to provide value and help girls build that confidence that we all want. So definitely go follow me there, and we can be friends, and I'll probably be posting something about our thing today. But yeah, I think that's all I got. I'm just super, I just want to reiterate, we could talk about this all day, right? We could be here together talking about it, learning, but it's taking action after. That's what's going to create your results and give you guys that confidence and that word that you wrote down. So make sure after this, we're taking action at practice and your games and all the things. All right.
Yes.
Awesome. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we're going to be able to work together some more. But this was kind of our first go around trial. So you'll have to let Gabriel know what you guys thought about today, and I would love to work with you girls more so that we can keep working on this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Paige.
Have a happy Thanksgiving or Rage-giving.
Thanksgiving.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.